Let's talk about three of the smallest but maybe most powerful words in the English language: a, an, and the. They seem so simple, right? But trust me, getting them right is one of the biggest keys to sounding truly fluent. By the end of this, you are going to use them with total confidence. So, quick question for you, and be honest. Have you ever found yourself pausing for just a split second wondering, is it a university or an university? Or maybe you've said something like a apple and you knew it didn't sound quite right. Hey, if that's you, you are not alone. It's one of the most common trip ups out there. And that little hesitation, it can be so frustrating, can it? It just breaks your flow. But the good news is, there is a super simple rule to fix this, like forever. So let's just break it down right now so you never have to second guess yourself again. Okay, so what even are these words? Well, they're called articles. And even though they're tiny, they are incredibly important. Think of them like little signposts that you put before a noun. They tell your listener, hey, pay attention, we're talking about a specific thing, or nope, this is just a general example. It all boils down to just two categories. It's that simple. On one hand, you have the indefinite articles. That's a and an. You use those when you're talking about something in general. And on the other hand, you have the definite article, the, which, you guessed it, is for specific things. Let's dig into that first type. So let's start with a and an. You're going to use these when you're talking about something for the very first time, or just any old one, not a specific one. Now, the real trick is knowing which one to use, and I'm going to bet the rule is not what you think it is. Okay, here it is. The number one mistake people make. We were all taught to look at the first letter, right? If it's a vowel, use an. But that is not the whole story. The real rule has nothing to do with spelling. It is all about the first sound that comes out of your mouth when you say the word. See, it's actually really simple. If the word starts with a vowel sound, you use an. Like an apple, an engineer. And if it starts with a consonant sound, you use a, like in a dog or a book. The trick is to close your eyes and just listen. It's about what you hear, not what you see written down. And this is where it all clicks into place. Okay, take the word hour. It starts with the letter H, but the H is silent. The first sound you hear is ow. That's a vowel sound. That's why we say an hour. Now, look at university. It starts with the letter U, sure, but the sound is U. It starts with a Y sound, which is a consonant, and that's why we say a university. Mind blown, right? All right, you've got a and an sorted. Let's move on to the other big one, the. This is our definite article. And just like the name says, we use it when we're being definite, when we're talking about one single specific thing. There are pretty much three main times you'll use the. First, when you and the person you're talking to both know exactly which one you mean. Like, could you please open the window? We both know which window. Second, when there's only one of that thing in the whole world, like the sun or the moon. And third, you use it when you've already talked about the thing before. Like, I saw a dog today. The dog was really cute. So let's just put all that together in a quick little cheat sheet. You've got your indefinite articles, a and an, and they totally depend on the sound. A for consonant sounds like a cat, and an for vowel sounds like an apple. Then you have your definite article, the, for anything specific or something we both already know about, like the book or the sky. Okay, that's enough of me talking. Now it's your turn to actually put this into practice. I've got a few quick questions for you. You ready for this? Let's do it.
First one up. I saw blank elephant at the zoo. Should it be a, an, or the? Just think about that very first sound. Elephant.
And the answer is an. I saw an elephant. Why? Because elephant starts with that eh vowel sound. Awesome job if you got that one. Okay, question number 2 is a little bit trickier because it's got 2 blanks. She wants to buy blank house near blank park. What do you think? What goes in each of those spots? And the correct answers are A and the. She wants to buy a house, any general house, near the park, a specific known park that we both know about. See how that works? One general, one specific. All right, last one for you. Blank moon looks beautiful tonight. Think back to that rule about unique things there's only one of. Of course, it's gotta be the. The moon looks beautiful tonight. Why? Because in our sky, there's only one moon. We're talking about a very specific, one-of-a-kind thing. You're getting the hang of this. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, mastering these little articles isn't really about passing some grammar test. It's about fine-tuning your English so you sound more polished, more natural, and just more confident when you speak. And that's really the heart of it. These 3 tiny words, they carry so much meaning. And when you get them right, it's one of those subtle things that just screams fluency to a native speaker. It shows you don't just know the words, you actually understand the context behind them. So that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We've just seen how powerful these 3 little articles are. So my question to you is, what other simple English rules out there do you think have that same power to just completely transform how fluent and confident a person sounds? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.